cliffs of Slieve are located on the northwest coast of Ireland in the county of Donegal. There are several car parks along the small narrow road leading to Slieve, but the one I stopped at is one where you can see the cliffs from the car park. If you stop at any of the earlier car parks, you'll be adding several kilometres to your walk. Despite its remote location, it's a popular destination for tourists and local walkers. I am lucky with the clear sky I have today, and I can clearly see Benbulbin in Sligo from here. Its unique shape is easy to identify. At 601 metres, they are Ireland's second highest sea cliffs after the cliffs on Achill Island and Europe's sixth highest. The first 15 minutes of the walk are along a proper walkway with steps and a handrail. But this soon ends and the track turns into boggy, wet ground. This lasts for about 20 minutes and then I am onto a more rocky terrain. A bit of scrambling is needed and you'll also need to keep a close eye on exactly where you're placing your feet. Because the route is so exposed, the force of the wind was constantly pushing me inland. In places the route splits into two. One leads to the more challenging ridges and the other leads along a safer path. Because of the high winds today, I'll be taking the safer, less exposed path. As I get higher and higher, there seems to be less and less people along the way, which is understandable as you would have to come prepared if you wanted to tackle Slieve. I've reached a peak that has a small stone hut built on it. This is not the summit of Slieve. You need to walk downwards to the west and across the one man's pass and then eventually upwards to get to the actual summit, which is marked with a concrete trig pillar. Any book or website you read describing the walk along Slieve will include a warning about the one man's pass. Before setting out on this walk, I was seriously worried for my safety, knowing that, to get to the summit, I would have to cross this pass. As I reached it, I stopped and studied it for a while. It was more than a metre wide with a level path on top, and the drops on either side, although they are steep, they are not vertical, so off I went. The wind was blowing quite strong, but I never really felt in any danger of falling. So I suppose the legend of the one man's pass was one of those bits of excitement added to the story. So when a hill walker returns home after a day spent on Slieve, they can tell how they bravely crossed the one man's pass, but almost didn't make it. I've just made it across the infamous one man's pass. From here it's only another 10-minute walk to the summit of Slieve. This location is out of the way for most people living in and visiting this country, but if you're into dramatic scenery, it's well worth the drive. I'm now on the summit of Slieve. It's after taking me a little over 3 hours to get here, but I have to say this has been one of the most exciting walks I've done in Ireland. It's absolutely beautiful.